miles with us. Alex, I know you just did 4 hours out there. Who are you riding with today?
I don't know, but I'm at the back already.
Yeah, all right. So, riders the whole. You're in what we call the back.
Andy's a working man now.
Yeah.
So he lives for the.
So obviously Alex joining us with the, everything cool, guys? All right, so Alex joining us with the Cannondale Trade Pack team, and really in his hometown now here in Boulder as well. It was really nice today to have Dave Atoll joining us from Italy.
Legend.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got nothing but legends, and I put you with as well, Alex. But for people who don't know Alex, talk a big game, I'd say.
Yeah, quiet.
So when you think back, Alex, we were kind of talking at dinner about this last night. It's pretty damn amazing when you look around or look back at those photos when you were a 14, 15-year-old junior, how many of those kids are still racing, some in the World Tour with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like, whoa, that guy's fast. Like, people sometimes they're like, oh man, you ever like ride with TJ? Is TJ cool? It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I've known TJ since I was like 13. He's kind of a dork, but yeah, he's cool.
I can only imagine. I always remember going to those Utah Nationals. That was really, I think, when we had the biggest core of Colorado kids together at that point, coming through that whole ACA bubble. And man, like there was really amongst your group, there was really no quarter asked for, no quarter given, was there? I mean, like, it was always tough between the Chris Stockburgers. Remember Chris Stockburger?
He's a doctor
stud.
now,
He
man.
was exactly.
He's a doctor.
I mean, I always loved that the TJ and Stockburger basically spent in Fort Collins, and that one of them goes on to be a World Tour heavy hitter, and the other is an orthopedic surgeon at this point in their lives, right?
They're doing good stuff, I guess.
No.
Making it work.
So for you now, I saw an interesting question the other day, or a tweet from you about maybe 2017 is going to be a unique season for you as far as not following the same sort of cookie cutter plan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to change it up a little bit. The team seems pretty excited about that as well. I think, I don't know if it's top secret or not, or I don't know.
But talk about what you can. I mean, it's.
I'll be in Italy.
Oh, really?
I haven't spent much time there. I'm pretty excited about it. Doing some different stuff. Whoa, crash. Strada Bianchi. Which.
We talked about that race.
Sounds like maybe the coolest thing on the planet.
That's pretty much what, like Eros Poli was saying, that there was one race he wished he had in his career. It was that race.
That's the one, man. It's like it's got all the panache.
Things are changing.
The biggest.
Great. Thing doing you, it's about having a conversation.
We're just talking.
Yeah. Do you remember when Alex was coming to France in the first month? Because I remember that I was taking the bus home from the airport. That's the way I always do it, always will. Or I got into Denver early, maybe 9 a.m. And I see a guy loading his bike onto the luggage, actually, I think, not a bike, onto the bus as well. And it was you. And I was like, wow, the Tour de France ended on Sunday. and here he is taking the bus home. Is that something that, I mean, I am 100% sure that staying there, I mean,
there's this thing called global climate change.
I
don't know if anybody's heard of it.
We're catching wind.
So, I think if you could take public transportation, then it can be thing to do.
Great.
So, the bus in Boulder is pretty easy.
Yeah,
you get to meet celebrities all the time, like Dave Atoll.
Yeah.
I see Mara Abbott on there all the time.
Right. It's funny, it is sort of the same crew of us, isn't it? You see on the bus, yeah, exactly.
Bus squad.
But you know what? I think that Mara Abbott would be honestly very happy to hear you say that, because is a big deal. It really is. I love the fact that we're talking about that, and that we can see some wind power happening.
We're growing now.
So this is something that you know, part of being a Colorado kid is being aware like this. I mean, you came up in the sweet spot of awareness, I'd say. You know, you've never known anything but recycling at your house, right? I mean, I bet you the house had a compost.
So they have, yeah. We didn't growing up, but I have one now. I got this bucket that the raccoons are always getting into. I don't know, it's funny, in Boulder they call it being conscious.
Right.
Have you heard that?
I have.
Which just really annoys me.
My collective talks about that all the time.
We're conscious. It's like,
Yeah.
It just seems like common sense in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just sort of responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not take this can and throw it in the gutter. Let's, I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to collect them and turn them in for money.
I did the same thing. I would climb into dumpsters,
Yeah,
get beer cans and empty them out. Yeah, get $2 a pound for the aluminum. So when you go to
just fighting the homeless dudes for the cans.
right, exactly. Then you're
man.
quicker.
Hey man, that's my aluminum. Hands off.
Hey, only the strong survive out there.
Yeah, man.
So hey, when you go to Europe, I was noticing this on my last trip there. They do a little bit better of a job than we do, as far as I thought.
Depends on where you're at.
Right. Okay. Where's good?
People say Europe like it's like a county and.
Yeah. Right.
In some states, oh yeah, I went to Europe and it's like this.
You should see the trash cans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty big. It's not a country; it's a continent.
Right.
There's a lot of different.
There's a lot of difference between Portugal and Belgium.
Yeah, I mean.
Right.
Yeah, Germany is not Greece.
No, that's for sure.
As they'll let you know. But it's, I don't know. I will say on a whole though, if we're going to make blanket stereotypes, that Europe as a continent does better.
Right.
With certain recycling aspects. I mean, on a whole, they seem to believe in global climate change more than.
I'll tell you another. No, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Than your average American. I don't want to get political here.
No, so here's a non-political angle on it. All right. I've also noticed that if you go to Europe, that it is. Check this out on your next trip. Okay. You will never find two showers that operate the same way. You will never, if you can get to 2 hotel rooms in a row where the shower operates, like sometimes it's 2 handles and there's a 3rd button that you have to push, or you know, you're manipulating some pump valve while you know.
The thing more than anything I've found with the showers there is I think they must not actually turn the water on when they're in there.
Right.
Because every time I turn the water on, it seems to end up everywhere.
Well, the drainage hasn't been thought through.
The quarter.
Right.
You know,
It's not getting.
You're like, guys, we need more than this. You can believe.
I'm definitely willing to help all these new ideas. Whatever. Well, I mean, most of the guys are going to be in Arizona or somewhere else, aren't they, in the next month?
Yeah. I don't know. I get a lot of flack sometimes for staying in Colorado during the winter, but honestly, I'm on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, doing my taxes last year, it was like 270 days a year.
Mm-hmm.
So to be home for a couple months and really it's just home.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's interesting that way, how there's something about that. I guess synergy is sort of the right term, in that it's really nice to know how the shower operates without.
How the shower operates, you can just get on the bus.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Where do you shop in town for your groceries?
Sprouts.
That's pretty convenient for you. Just
Yeah.
roll down a few blocks. Yeah, not too bad. Good healthy stuff.
Try not to be a man of too much habit, so I mix it up.
Yeah, throw in a Whole Foods every now and then.
Whole Foods, get a little crazy, go to Safeway. You know?
Hey, how are we doing? I just want to check, because I know you were out riding for 4 hours earlier today. Well, how are we doing on the watts per kilo here?
I don't know. I think we're
Hey,
okay.
Eric, check that for me, will you? I just want to make sure we're pushing
We might be over.
Alex a little too hard
We
here.
might be over.
And we hit the couple.
3.4.
Yeah, we're at, wait, you guys, we got to back this down.
Well,
3.4 is ridiculous. I know it's not you, Alex.
The hard thing is that,
I mean, you're in the group.
I am a professional, so.
Right. Believe me, Lawson Craddock got to have that experience in New York doing this 10K race.
Yeah, I
with
heard
these
about
guys.
that.
Yeah,
I heard tell of that one.
yeah, over 500 watts of power for 12 minutes.
This Swift is ripped.
Now they do. So that's something I was going to bring up for you. Thank you, Charlie. In no way, Alex, are they looking to replace riding outside. What they're looking to do is enhance that experience, and for some people, let's say you want to knock out a ride, we're going to get that snowstorm that's going to come where...
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
talk about that. You just get the power when you talk about
right.
it.
Well, I won't say anything more about that, but how about this? We get you a little Zwift station set up at home, and on the days that you can't go out, you can do something like this and find a group and maybe ride with some of the other guys on the team and still get some real riding in, or as close to real as we can simulate.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, good.
That's the reason why it's taken off.
So I got some questions coming in from Twitter, and once again, everybody, shoot them at us. We love it. At Go Zwift. Charlie is manning the machine right now. And the first question we've got is, what is the biggest difference between U.S. and European racing?
I mean, I think probably the biggest difference is there's the obvious, courses are generally a little tighter, narrower roads, bigger fields, but really it's the depth. You don't, even when you're trying to get all the best guys at a U.S. race, you're never going to get
You get a third.
the super top dogs,
Right.
with all their hitter henchmen behind them, showing up at Utah. Just doesn't happen. I mean, we'll see what happens with California being World Tour, but
How about the Colorado race coming? Well, Colorado race coming back with Virginia. You've got to be stoked about
I'm
that.
pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Not just. Sounds like they want to try and really mix it up and kind of break the mold on what a traditional stage race should look like.
Did you ever do Tour Down Under?
Yeah, I did a couple of years ago.
So sort of that model.
Similar, yeah.
Right. I mean, one hotel, stages that maybe race back into whatever that host town will be.
Similar, yeah.
It sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they want to have a number of circuit races, which I'm into. Personally, I'm pretty good at those. But
Remember how great that Tour of Utah circuit race was around the Capitol?
Oh, that was hard.
Year, and it was super hard, but we did a couple of them. But Woods won one year when he was with Optum.
Yeah,
and but the crowds were massive. The racing was exciting. We got right down to it. We didn't jerk around for 2.5 hours before the racing started.
It looks like they're trying to put together kind of more of a festival attitude, ambiance. You show up, you watch the race, and then while we're not there, we show. You've watched bike races, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah. Even on a circuit race, you see we come by once every.
What do you think I'm doing the
like
whole
that.
time you're out?
Yeah, so they're trying to they're trying to give you some music and stuff to hang out with while you're
to drown out those annoying announcers, man. Those guys will kill you.
I think you'll still have a place there.
We'll see. So you've done all of California, but USA Pro Challenge. Now that we look back, there's a couple days of that race I'll never forget. There's more than a couple, to tell you the truth. How much are you going to miss that guy? I mean, come on, it's your home state.
I mean, we'll see what this new race turns into. I mean,
sure.
Maybe it's so awesome that I just don't even remember the past.
Right.
I just forget about, Alex Howe's previous to 2017.
Right. It's like everything changed.
Yeah, that could be the tipping point. But
it's funny how many of these guys still talk. I mean, we had casting here, of course. So the Coors Classic still reverberates with people, man. I mean, when I walk down the mall and I see a dude in a red Zinger t-shirt, it makes me stoked just to know that either he was there or somehow it went to Goodwill and he got it, but that shirt is still kicking around, representing something that was important to me.
Yeah, I mean,
still is important to me. So, all right, next question.
But I dearly love Tour Colorado before we end.
Yeah, I know you did. And you were a big part of it. I mean, the racers are the story. They always will be. And I think that's something that maybe in this new generation we're finally starting to pick up on again, Alex, is the stories like yours. Like the guys who are outside of just that, the mold that's become so boring of the athlete that worries just about what they eat and their training. It's more about the life and experiences and being able to do the training, being able to, keep everything else in line, but also live a little, man. Live a little, and you certainly are.
I try, man. I try.
Yeah, you're living for a lot of us. So I just sit at home and watch what you do on the social media, and I'm like, all right, I feel tired. Like this is wearing me out.
It can be exhausting,
Yeah.
man. Sleep on an air mattress for 2 months. You're like, wow.
Being Alex Haas, I guarantee you, is exhausting. It takes a lot of calories to run that motor all day.
Oh, man.
So hey, okay, I like this one. Another question coming in from Twitter. Thank you, everyone. You can always find us. The other way, if you want to thank Katie for all of her hard work,
Which you should.
Absolutely. We love Katie. That's at Power of Bicycles is where you find our great friends at WBR. And we're going to touch on that right after this question. Who's the classiest rider in the pro peloton outside of yourself?
Tom Boonen, man.
Yeah, what a good dude.
He's just the man. He's just nice guy, fast feet, just motors.
Cool
Guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he really is. It's supposed to be his last year, and that's hard to take, man.
It's crazy.
I don't want to see him go.
He has been racing since 2002.
I remember watching him at Paris-Roubaix. Here he got third.
And that was 2003, I think.
Yeah, and I was like a huge Hincapie fan. Come on, George. And then George fell in that ditch. That was a major bummer.
Yeah.
But then Tom came out and got third, and was like, who is this guy? He's pretty good. Turns out he's amazing.
What a legacy.
But he's legs aside, he's just a good guy, and we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him.
I like that your answer was one rider. We didn't work through 3 or 4 before you got to it. We went straight to Tom Bowman, so that certainly works for me. So how does Mount Evans compare to the climbs that you see at the Tour de France? The problem is Mount Evans doesn't come before 5 other climbs, right?
There's that, but it's not very steep. Mount Evans. It's a lot of climbs you see in Europe are. It's hard to find.
Years that made these roads in America were building the 12% grade out there.
Yeah, I think a lot of the roads in Europe got before they should have been roads.
Right.
And then they put, and now we race up them.
Like something like the Angliru in America would just be an insurance policy.
Not up to code.
Right, exactly. Totally not up to code. So,
but no, Mount Evans is it's not this.
okay.
It's not on the road.
And
that in its own right is very challenging.
Is there always something with the USA Pro Challenge that, people talk about once you got to such a high altitude that nobody's willing to attack because you went in the red and then it was all over?
Yeah, you kind of couldn't.
Right, yeah.
Attacking going into the red at a high altitude is, it might be kind of boring, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I remember Mount Evans one year. Tommy D was trying to get the record again. He's trying to beat his old record. And I didn't want to ride for him, so I just sat on him all day. He dropped me a couple miles past Echo Lake, and I had, I want to say 8.5 minutes on 3rd place at that time.
Did you give that all back? Wow. That says a lot about me.
I got 5th in a bike throw. Once you get over a certain altitude, you can just, if you fall apart, you can never put the pieces back together.
So I'm looking at you right now.
Morton got 6th.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah, I think it was 14. So.
We want to get Lachlan involved with WBR as well. So as you can see, you're on a Buffalo bike right now. Have you ever actually ridden one before?
I have.
Yep.
Actually, not the new model, but
Hey,
with
Katie.
the old double top tube.
What is the
Classic.
difference? We'll bring in Katie once again. Hey, Katie Bowling. Hey, what is the difference between Alex just saying he's ridden one of the old Buffalo bikes, but not the new ones? What changes were made from Gen 1 to Gen, or it's actually probably Gen 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah,
right?
it's actually like continuously done because
Right,
we
yeah.
have such a devoted product development team. But when our work initially went to Africa, culturally appropriate, the style that the people really wanted to be seen
Which
here
is
were
that?
the double top tube.
You had to have the double top.
Yeah, head of the double top tube. People there are used to products failing, and thought that the double top tube meant that it was more durable. So over time, as our brand became more recognized there, and our work got deeper into the communities, that our brand was trusted, and we eventually now have gone.
What you
into,
knew was
this
better all
thing.
The
along.
old single top tube Mavericks.
Yeah, and we were also just doing really what was available in terms of we wanted to see if we could improve the existing supply chain. So at the time, Tata was our bicycle manufacturer, which was really interesting, and that was a double top tube, and now it's different.
Right on.
You hear about the double top tube, it's like, oh, what? Like, what?
Why?
And then you see some of the things that they do. You know, they're running a business off the second top tube, basically. I mean, there's 600 pounds of product on these top tubes.
Yeah, 220.
Okay, two makes sense now. I'm starting to understand this.
Yeah.
You know what is amazing? So Alex, who has been this tremendous WBR supporter along the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, here he is after a 4-hour ride today with the junior riders, and killing an hour and a half of his time waiting to come join us. That's how good this guy is. Could you hear him stretching his back right there? Like your back when you crack it, Alex, is loud as the shifting on your bike. Is your back feeling okay now?
That's fine, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, one cool thing about Alex was one of the first events we did in Boulder.
He was there.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that was in 2009 or 2010, if I remember correctly. So.
Well, we were talking earlier, I think you were listening
Because
about
maybe
why
we
he
sound old.
Yeah, well, but why he takes
Cracking
the
my
bus.
back. Cracking my back.
But Alex is a kid that grew up in a time, in a place with a family, and the cycling community around him. Like, he was a Cliff Bar kid forever. Cliff Bar talks about these same kind of things. This storyline is nothing new here, but it's got to feel good for you when you know you can just make one phone call. Alex isn't a complicated person.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
that?
And it's an appearance at a lot of our fundraisers and events, and reaches out, often asks what she can do. So it's really great to have the whole family support.
Great. Thanks for jumping in,
Yeah,
Katie. We
thanks,
just
yeah.
had a couple of
Yeah.
Buffalo bike questions.
Talking up my mom.
Yeah. Good. Hey, Star. So I would think, and I don't think it's possible, but imagine how rad it would be to have a Buffalo bike to ride around town as you're downing. Would you?
Take it off some sweet jumps.
Yeah,
do some
exactly.
wall rides.
Catch some air on it.
Really
there.
do some solid R&D.
Absolutely. There's another nice group coming together here. So how are we doing on the watts to kilos again here? I just want to check. This was insane when it went up to 3.4, now it's
2.5.
Okay, great. We're right where we want to be. Kind of in the sweet spot now. So.
I got a train day.
Thanks.
You know, Don't hold me back, dude.
You're already knocking out the 5-hour days, huh? Damn.
Dude, it's world tour now.
I hear you.
That's
Isn't it amazing,
down
Alex?
under's coming.
So we came on air here with you. That you have already now gone from being a neo-pro into not quite a journeyman, but like what you're into this short season, right? So I mean,
You didn't make me sound old.
no, I mean, I would think in the NFL they say the average length for a player in the league is less than 1 year now.
I thought it was like 4.
No.
I think they spent 3 injuries.
I think it depends on how you're running metrics on that, to tell you the truth. But I mean, you can look around now though, and you start to see, boy, there's less and less guys that were, When I saw you talking earlier with Eros, I really was thinking about the fact that, you know, he's from a previous generation. Then, you know, you've got yourself sitting here in the, you know, mid part of your World Tour career. And then you've got these junior riders. You're really starting to link generations.
The missing link.
Yeah, the missing link. There you
On the
go.
Lucy of the World Tour.
So I like this one. Coming in once again, another one of our questions from you out there. How crazy is it when you guys are chasing through the caravan? And are there any tricks to doing that? Keeping your head up.
Yeah, don't look down.
Uh-huh.
Don't ever take a finger off the brake.
And, like I'm guessing it's much like driving in New York or something. Just really try to anticipate what's happening, look for cars.
Yeah, I mean, you get a flow. But that being said, it's not safe.
No, not for the weak at heart.
No, I mean, you don't usually want to be back there unless you have to be or forced to be.
Are you at a point in your career where you're not doing as much of that kind of stuff, going back for bottles?
Less and less,
Uh-huh.
but also at the point in my career where oftentimes I know I can come back on a downhill or something. It's like, wow, how am I going to chase these kids up this hill?
That is experience.
And I just gave them 30 seconds, come back to the caravan. But it's not without its risks. Just imagine like go-karting with your friends, but there's like a bunch of them, and you're like a mouse. You're just out there and just go-kart fighting.
And they all are regular weight
Yeah,
people.
you're just gonna get annihilated.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to be looking out for yourself.
I'd say that's a pretty good advice. Staying proactive on top of things is not a bad idea. All right.
Oddly enough, the more speed you have, usually the better it goes.
That's okay. I can absorb that, but it does make sense. Speed is your friend in a lot of situations.
It's better to pass than be passed.
All right.
In the caravan.
That makes some sense right there. Every time you're being passed and you're in the caravan, it's not going your way.
No, someone else is making a decision for
Yes,
you.
exactly. All right. Next question coming in. If you had to really break it down, you're in the elevator, you got 30 seconds with the junior rider. What's the advice that you're giving them these days? And they're asking, they're saying, Alex, how do, I mean, I don't know. I always feel a little concerned when I hear, you know, a 10-year-old or 12-year-old asking me, what's the route to the World Tour? Because for you, there is not one until you know, figure out that question doesn't even make sense. But what is the advice you give junior riders?
I mean, the first one's going to be kind of obvious and boring. Stay in school.
Stay in school. Absolutely.
Do your homework. Or at least, you know, get it done somehow. I don't know. I'm not advising cheating, but you know.
You can pay someone to do it for you.
No, you got to be able to set up systems to get stuff done.
Right.
But if it's going to be strictly, you know, bike related.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, that's good life advice right there. And I mean, maybe there isn't until. I mean, there was no advice I was going to give you at 14 that was going to get you into the World Tour. You know, I mean, except for stay in school, stay out of trouble, be nice to people. Right?
More than anything, if you're going to talk just about bikes, it would be to try as many disciplines as you can.
There you go. All right.
Like I think.
Don't be afraid of some cyclocross.
Yeah, I mean now
or,
cyclocross really pays off. I spent a decent amount of time on the track. That really pays off. You know, don't. If you're good at crits, you got to go out and do a hill climb.
Right.
You know, if you're good at climbing up a hill, you got to diff it pretty hard in a couple crits. But just got to get out there.
What was the thing that you had to get over as a junior rider? What was your, was it criteria? I could see that being a problem for some kids going into those corners at 35, 40 miles an hour.
No, that wasn't a problem. My problem is I had a small motor.
Never sell yourself short, Alex.
The French call it petit moteur. No, really. I mean, if you really want to break it down, like, I am not that good.
So why are you in the World Tour?
Well,
I don't think that they hand
I think a lot of it had to do with being 115 pounds going head to head with grown men and criteriums. You know, when I was 13. Like,
And, all right. I mean, let's track along with what you're saying, because obviously I'm not going to accept the fact that you're no good. That's just some bullshit right there.
I'm not saying I'm bad at riding a bike. I'm saying bad at pedaling the bike.
Well, okay, I mean, I'm going to just let you leave that there. But what you're talking about then is maybe you learned some pretty incredible efficiencies, you learned some confidence, you learned...
Yeah, I try to get the Zwift guys to
They just,
give me an extra bonus with the draft kit. I'm a really good draft
see, I
kit.
watched you trying to talk Crystal into that. You were definitely working that angle. She wasn't having any of it because Zwift keeps it on the up and up.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
clean race.
No, it is, and that's something that actually...
It's not a race.
No, it's not. But at times out here, man, it is. They really do race these days.
It goes off.
It really does.
It's cool stuff, though.
All right, I like this one. Is the Vuelta as intense as the Tour? Yeah.
Not really. I mean, so
Nothing's
the
like
thing,
the Tour, right?
physically, it's probably just as hard. Really. I mean, they have crazy climbs from the Vuelta. One year I did it, we had, I want to say it was 13 mountaintop finishes, which is just,
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That's well over half. So that's hard, and it's super hot most years. Physically, it's very challenging, the Vuelta.
Racing style at the Vuelta, a little more aggressive from the gun, or not really. Huh?
Relatively similar. I mean, it's a grand tour. Everybody shows up. Everybody wants
Everybody wants
to
a
do
guy
well.
to break.
I mean, but it doesn't have the same mental stress surrounding it. Like the first year I did the tour, every day after the stage, an NBC would come up and there's like, we had 2 minutes to do a 1 minute segment. And they were like, okay, here's 3 ideas, go.
Wow.
And you're like, I'm so shattered right now. I can't even think.
Yeah.
They didn't use all of them, but they used a lot of them, and it's I don't know, just that constant circus, constant kind of mental stress.
And that
At
doesn't
the
happen.
tour, you get about, when you really break it down, you get about half an hour to do whatever you want each day. Which, if you
That's like being in the army.
yeah, if you think about
Right,
half
yeah.
an hour, it's like,
Right.
okay, how long does it take to go to the bathroom?
Or squeeze in a call to your girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Or-
or, you know,
yeah,
send
right.
a couple emails home, or you know.
Did you notice after that first tour that your, I don't know if you ever use that term Q factor, but your recognizability or the demands put on you by people you've never heard of or that kind of stuff, how did that really jump up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd
you handle it? I mean, it seems like you
I don't know, man. I'm still getting on the bus, so.
Yeah, right, exactly. I was just going to say, I mean, it seems like one of the things that you benefited from with this group of kids that you came up with, the Finneys and the Stetnas and all these guys that were around you, is that you guys kind of learned how to keep it real, for lack of a better term, but like there's a certain, the checks and balances that are in your peer group. But you guys never really got too far ahead of yourselves.
But one thing that's nice is that, you know, I have all those guys to kind of lean on.
Right.
You know, Pete and Taylor and TJ. And, yeah, it's interesting when you all kind of come up together. It doesn't seem unnatural.
Right.
You know, it's like, hey man, where are you living in Europe next year?
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
call your friend up and where are you staying? That's cool. I'm gonna stay there too.
Have you ever set up a phone in Spain?
Yeah, what do I do? What do I do
Right,
with this?
yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh yeah, no, I've done that. Like, go talk to this lady. She'll help you out.
Yeah, so
She knows where to buy bed sheets.
so it's that shared experience
Yeah, it's-
then, right? Yeah.
It's just kind of a little more natural than if you were on your own, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine the difference of trying to do this without those guys?
Oh man, Pete basically held my hand for a whole year.
Yeah,
My
really.
first year, yeah.
Yeah.
Pete, where do I buy apples?
I-
And how do I say it? Because they keep looking at me funny when I say it in song.
One of my the things that I've always really enjoyed about you, Alex, was your ability to tell a story, and your story of moving out of that apartment in Spain. That is really. I mean, I don't think a lot of people come up to you and say, "Dude, that slayed me." I mean, getting Spained is one thing. Hashtag getting Spained. When you actually hear a story like that, it puts it into perspective. This is insane. You got to re-Spain Spain, right? Yeah.
You got to do the 180 sometimes.
No, absolutely. Hey, we're coming up now on a little more than 10 minutes of riding left with Alex Howes. I definitely want to thank our friends at Zwift as well. Alex, we need to get you set up and make sure that you're Zwifting this winter. And I like to know that when I see 2 feet of snow outside, I don't have to think about you on a fat bike riding around up at Brainerd Lake or something. I want to keep you sometimes
I don't know,
warm.
man. You got to get out there still.
Now, I'm with you. You ever snowshoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. The thing about snowshoeing is that it's really slow.
Yeah, and you know, that is the thing. You're used to this tempo?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I like skiing, cross-country skiing.
How's your technique on skis?
Well,
You're so fit, it doesn't matter.
that's what I like to tell myself.
Yeah.
It's not a good technique, but I get around.
Strade Bianchi, this is what it's like when you're back in the
It's
groove,
all,
right?
it's all training for road worlds. That's what I'm calling Strada now.
There you go.
Gravel Grinder World Championships.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, the shift that we're seeing right now as far as, 5 years ago when Dirty Kansas 200 was just starting to come up. These events, you're like, huh, that's really interesting. And now it's become the thing.
Yeah, it's very in vogue, isn't it?
Are you, I was just going to ask if you're riding around on a bike with disc brakes. This beautiful Cannondale is certainly equipped with disc brakes. I mean, do you like it in the gravel section when you're training out there? I think you
I mean, especially in the summer, it's almost exclusively gravel. A lot of the best climbs around Boulder, on the dirt roads, up in the mountains. You don't see anybody all day.
Yeah.
They're steep, they're hard. You see bears. It's weird. It's
Hey,
cool.
you know, I was thinking about the other day, do you guys ever, are there any natural springs up there that you're not afraid to take water straight out of?
There's one up by Ward.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it comes out of a pipe, but it's like,
And you trust that
natural.
water and it's been...
I mean, I don't
You're fine
seem
now.
to have any health
Right, yeah.
issues from it, so I don't know. In Spain, it's natural springs pretty much.
They're all
the
over
time.
place, yeah, right.
There's all these warning signs on a lot of them. And I don't know.
I mean, I think it's cool. I think that's one of those throwback things about what you do. There's not many people that are outside riding their bike all day for work. And the fact that you get to go to these I just rode through a brick wall.
Yeah, that guy's impressive.
That is strong.
Saucon's not even doing that.
No. It's such a unique thing that you're doing out there. And, I don't think that on you it's lost, but there have to be some guys in the pro peloton that aren't taking full advantage of the fact that they're traveling around the world. I mean, you've got to see that. The guys that never leave their laptop.
The robot guys.
Right, exactly. But hey, they're them and you're you.
To be
right?
fair, it happens to everybody every now and then.
Yeah.
You stack a couple 30-hour weeks and suddenly things just...
You don't have a lot of energy for much else, right?
The rose tint kind of fades.
Yeah.
You're mostly just tired.
When is that going to be for you this year? When is your biggest block of training happening? Now?
We'll see. kind of now. It's picking up pretty considerably here. And
So there has to be different camps out there then for you guys where if you're doing Tour Down Under does anybody do Langkawi anymore? I guess not Cannondale.
Not Cannondale, no.
Right, so the guys that are doing Tour Down Under must kind of go into a different group as far as the discussions and training and where you're at with everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's kind of a different season.
Yeah.
It's a different layout for the whole thing. If you're trying to peak for the tour, it's not usually a good idea to show up to Down Under just flying.
Right.
It's kind of been shown not to work very well.
But now, I mean,
So we're kind of on a different schedule. from the rest of the guys right now.
When you hear that Froome is doing Down Under, encouraging, discouraging, who cares? Where do you stand on
I don't
that?
know if he's doing Down Under. I thought
Oh,
he was
I thought he was.
I think he's
could
doing
be
some
wrong.
tour, which
Okay.
makes a lot of sense because it's still a tough race, but it's not World Tour and it's not crazy.
Right.
You know?
Have you done Sun Tour before?
Never in the winter. I did it in October one year.
Oh, okay.
Definitely was in the late fall.
That was Tim Johnson won Sun Tour in his career. Did you know that?
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that's a bizarre
I was
factoid.
there when I was stagiaire and Wigo won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They told me that. I was like, so is this gonna be hard? Because I'm like kind of falling apart this late. And they're like, no, we're just trying to get like a stage and probably just party every night. And then like I think we went 1-2. I think Chris Sutton was second. And
Oh, really?
Wigo won and like rode the front in the rain every day.
Well, speaking of that, this next question is apropos for sure. Belgium cobbles or rainy mountain descents? Which
Some Belgian cobbles. I did U23 Roubaix a few times, and then well, maybe it was. I don't remember.
but not a
But-
ton of cobbles.
Not a ton. We do a few here and there. My very
Into a cow pasture rather than off on a 200 foot
That being
cliff.
said, don't confuse things here. I'm not saying that Roubaix is a cakewalk or
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's pretty gnarly. It's a battle, but
I always loved the term, Alex, the raid on the Ardennes. You've been there. You've been in these raids.
favorite week of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're going to win the biggest race in your career, could you see it being Liège, Bastogne Liège?
I don't know. It's tough to say. Honestly,
I mean, that one is a
honestly,
bitch
my
to win,
favorite,
right?
my favorite is Amstel.
Yeah. That was the race you rode the brake for 150K?
Yeah. It's just a beautiful race.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful area.
The Dutch love them some
Great
cycling.
fans.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, the last time up the Calvary, it's like racing through a stadium.
Yeah.
It's sponsored by Amstel. I don't know if you know that, but people get kind of wild and it's fun.
I was at the Kent 6 Day, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Right. I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like an outdoor version of Against
Right. Yeah. What I love too, and this definitely makes a difference when you're in America and we go to a race. Almost everybody out there is a cyclist. They're somehow really connected to cycling, usually because they cycle.
Right.
And you go to Europe, and it's almost like the equivalent of going to a Broncos game, where
Right.
it's not like those guys in the stands are playing football on Saturday.
Right.
They don't play a lot of football, but they sure love watching it. Wouldn't you say that's
And
comparable?
they love beer too.
They love them some beer too.
I would say that's very comparable. Yeah, you get a much broader cross section of
the old
actual-
ladies, the old
actual
men.
population of the area.
Right. Yep.
But
That's
yeah.
what I noticed too. You'd see cluster groups of 18-year-old guys hanging out, getting rowdy, and then right next to them would be a group of 60-year-old guys, and then there'd be a group of 40-year-old guys. You kind of break it down by age groups.
It's funny how much so that a lot of them have various riders that they support, and they have kind of like little battles on the sidelines for their riders. I remember I watched Cross Worlds one year.
Where there's literally a fight between Nice and Albert supporters or something. Isn't that
I was a
crazy?
junior when I got to watch the elite race, and there's these guys just like trying to fight each other. It's like, no, this is gonna win.
What I
It's getting real.
Well, I love it though. That's what sport has meant to me. Sometimes it's like, look, we got a lot of problems in this world. There's a lot of things going on in politics and all of that. If we can take that anger and just to put it into 2 hours of a cross race, and if we can keep it to Nice fans and Albert fans being angry at each other, I guess it would be Van der Poel and Van Aert fans now.
Yeah, times have changed.
Times have changed, right. But if we can just get it all out there for a couple hours in sport, and then go back home and just have a nice dinner and relax, and maybe that's what sport is good for sometimes.
I think that's why it's still around.
I would
argue that that's exactly what it's for.
well, thanks. That was my argument.
Yeah.
But and I certainly didn't make up the term. I haven't made up anything that I say. It's all co-opted from somewhere. But when we call you guys the gladiators of the road, does that mean anything to you? Because I believe it. When I say it, I honestly believe it. That I look at you as a gladiator when you're out there. You're the modern gladiator, man.
Modern gladiator.
Eros is a gladiator.
Oh, Eros
You know?
is a gladiator. That's different though. He's got the build.
He's like a Spartacus. I
I don't want to get weird, but I want to see that guy with his shirt off.
Hey, maybe he can give you some.
It's a shame.
Did you talk to him about Italy, that you're going over there? Did you give him a heads up?
Yeah, he's giving me some tips on
Yeah, good?
basically just staying alive. And
Well, good.
I need to learn Italian, so
Well,
work on that. Get on the Duolingo or something.
Or, yeah, get the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, just bring it on. Immersion. Like, maybe we should start with eating a lot of Italian food. And then we'll just work from there.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm working on that already.
Good. Are you? A little chef element coming into the house?
I had the pizza last night.
Hey. Well,
Honestly, I'm a terrible cook, but
you know what? I would expect that.
it works out as a cyclist because when you can't cook well, you just eat salad.
So then you lose weight,
I'll
and then
just
you're
eat salad.
Right.
Like, that's like dinner, right? I'll just have a bigger one, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, this is
There
great.
we go. I've had raised weight.
I'm at 110% saturation of antioxidants right now. Like I'm ready to rip.
Hit me with one more beet juice and let's do this. Hey Alex, we're down to about a minute and a half, and I really do want to, on behalf of World Bicycle Relief, I'm down to just WBR at this point in 24 hours with the on behalf of World Bicycle Relief, I want to say not only thanks for what you've done here today, but thank you for a major commitment that you've made over the years. And without people like you, we wouldn't have gotten to 314,000 bikes or over 250,000 miles ridden by all of our Swifters out there today. So feel that appreciation. Let it soak in.
I'm letting it soak.
Yeah, cool.
You know, I'm happy to do it, and I'm really excited to see everybody out here on this Swift-a-thon ride, just putting in the miles for WBR. It's fun. So it should be.
So at this point in your day, you've done your work. The sun is going to be setting here in Boulder in the next few minutes. Is there a sense of relief every day when you can say, there's another box checked? The work was done, and now at the Tour de France you only get half an hour every day. Now you get a nice 8 hours.
Like turning into the shower. You know, and you're just in the shower, and you're like, oh man, that happened. And like a week later, you're like, man, did all that again. Just every day, just do it.
I guess that's part of what makes you a World Tour pro, man. Your ability to come back day after day and get it done. So
The days that don't end in the shower are the bad days.
right, yeah, that scares me. So Alex, we're gonna punch out. You are done and dusted here at World Bicycle Relief. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you to Alex Howes, and we'll be back with Meredith Miller in a couple hours from here at Boulder Cycle Sport. So thanks again to Alex, and to everyone out there. Keep on rolling. We really appreciate you.